Hey guys, what's going on? It's Savage here, and today we're going to be talking about Spider-Man PS4 and what are some of the things that it did wrong in this game. Now, honestly, this is my opinion. If you have your own opinions, go ahead and tell me, or if you think I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me that too. I respect everybody's opinion, just don't be a dickhead about it, it's completely fine. Now, the first thing that I think that Spider-Man PS4 did wrong was the villains/boss battles. There was only two boss battles that I really cared about. It was the second Mr. Negative boss fight, and then it was the Doc Ock fight at the end. And the only reason why I like that one is because, of course, it was just really well built up. You had Aunt May dying, you had Ock as your mentor basically just turning pure evil. He's wacko now. Before that you kind of saw that, but afterwards he's crazy now. And I just think that the villains like Electro, Vulture, Rhino, they built them up to be something different. You had J. Jonah Jameson talking about them on the radio, and you had stuff like that. And you also had the fact that the developers are coming out and you had character bios coming out saying that Vulture had cancer and stuff like that. I thought that would be explored upon more. But hopefully in the next one they actually do that, because I think that if you have Electro become pure electricity, that would make for a very interesting boss fight, besides the same thing that you kind of did in the base game. The base game boss fights weren't bad, but I think they could have been way better if they just focused on one individual character at a time. And Electro becoming pure electricity was an interesting concept, and I'm really upset that they didn't do anything with that. Same thing with Vulture having cancer. What's up with that? Come on. I hope in the next game, the way they improve it is maybe Vulture is finally on his deathbed. He's finally going to be dying. Same thing with Ock. Ock, from the disease that he has, apparently he only might have like a year or more to live. That's kind of crazy, because depending on when this game takes place, it could be 6 months, which I doubt. I think it's probably going to be like 3 months after the events of the first game. And then, of course, you can have Ock and stuff be on their deathbed, have Vulture be on his deathbed, and it could be very emotional. Or maybe it won't be, maybe they go out fighting, like in Superior Spider-Man. You never know, they could pull something like that. Electro, you could have him be pure electricity. Rhino, you can leave him out if you want to. I think that the villains just need to be fleshed out more. I think there needs to be like separate side missions, kind of like how the blue dots are like the friendly neighborhood missions. There needs to be like a villain mission where you go. Screwball wasn't something that we liked, and Taskmaster was really, really cool. Everybody liked him. Why didn't we get more stuff like that? Where we got to do challenges for the guy and then we got to fight him. That would have been cool, and I hope they do that for the next one. I guess these next two can really go hand in hand. I was just looking at them. I was like, what can I do with this? MJ and the Miles missions, and also just stealth in general. Like when I was in the, of course, the bases for the demons, it was very frustrating when you take out an entire warehouse and then just poof, wave two. What? Where? What the fuck? That's just fucking ridiculous. I should be rewarded for taking out an entire room full of people. Like, it's very annoying when you can't do that. In the Miles and MJ missions, although they did serve some purpose to the story, like the first Miles mission, I believe that was really well done. The rest of them, like going and finding medicine, and other stuff like running away from Rhino, and then the MJ missions where you're sneaking, nobody cares. Like it ruined the pace of the game immensely. It was really, really weird why they did that. I don't understand. And I hope that in the next one, of course, Miles is going to be Spider-Man, so we don't have to worry about that. But in the MJ ones, I hope they give her like a gun or something, because we all know she's going into a war-torn country. This is kind of already confirmed. She's probably going to be going into a war-torn country soon, so probably you just hand her a gun, and then we could have some shooting mechanics. There you go. I just fixed your goddamn boring problem, Insomniac. But in all seriousness, if you do bring back MJ, I hope that in some way they do it in a way that just makes it more interesting, change up that gameplay a little bit. Me sneaking around and throwing, the spider noise thing, just Jesus, stop it. I think everybody can agree those were annoying, those were unnecessary, and they can go. And they could have just been left out, literally, they could have been left out 15 minutes early. God damn it. I guess these last two can go hand in hand as well. It's the DLC and the skins, even though the skins, I would actually probably take that one out, because all in all, the skins aren't that bad. The suits in this game, I think overall, there's a majority of them are good. and you know, a minority of them are bad. Like for the DLC, a majority of them are really good. Like 6 out of 9 are good. That's decent. And in the base game, a majority of them are really good and really well done, very well designed. So, you know, I would think that the skins are decent. They're not something that they did wrong, clearly. I think that in the next game that we're going to have a better suit selection. I think we're going to have a varied suit selection in the next one that's going to be like very iconic, but also very obscure, but also known. You know, it feels like this one they were just pumping out all of the very crazy obscure ones that nobody heard about, and that's fine. But for the DLC was shit, and everybody knows it, alright? I don't care. Turf Wars was literally the worst piece of content I've ever... Oh my god, the story, even though the story was long, sure, whatever. It was garbage. Period. Hammerhead is a terrible villain. The fact that the entire thing led up to Watanabe killing Hammerhead and then him being revived in the post-credit scene. Do I really need to explain why that's bad? Why that's wrong? And I guess the suits were fine. That's fine. Whatever. The suits are okay. But even like the Black Cat one, that was just like a, oh, fuck you. It's a fuck you twist ending. And then she dies. And then she randomly comes back in the third one without being mentioned in Turf Wars. Like, come on. The story was all over the place. I'm fine. You have a story to tell afterwards. That's fine. Watanabe's story was told. Black Cat, she could have been told in the base game. You already had a side mission with her. I don't know why you didn't do that in the first place. Hammerhead, whatever. He's done in Sable. You did something good with Sable. That was awesome. Thank you. That's about it. That's literally about it for the DLC. Sable and the suits were the only redeeming thing about this entire DLC. And if it weren't for those, this thing would be literally shit on for the rest of the year. So anyways, I believe that's what they did wrong. It needs to be fixed in some way, shape, or form. It's just my opinions, of course. You guys can give your opinions, and if you don't agree with me, that's fine. If you think I'm just some pussy over the internet who's wrong, that's okay. I get that a lot. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future, and I will see you guys in my next one. Peace out.